Just going to check out my old mate Victor in here.
Oh, Bill, I hope you haven't bought any snakes in here.
No.
Sure?
No snakes.
Okay. This is Mona visiting Tiger Creek.
Oh, cool.
What do you think of it?
That's awesome. That's really cool.
She gets around a bit, you know.
So a lot of people use Mona Lisa in their art. I've even used it myself in one of mine with the Mona cuddling the devil. But I've never quite seen an interpretation like this. It looks really good.
Well, it was from a dream I had actually about Mona Lisa in Tasmania.
Yeah.
And not quite the right time frame, but it just seemed so realistic at the time, and she'd actually take a liking for a wild thylacine in the dream.
Okay.
So this painting is based on that dream.
Wow, there you go.
And
that's cool. And it's done in what I'd say is a real folk art style, which is really nice.
I think folk art actually captures a moment in time, but also records the history and environment of a certain part of Australia or part of anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'd like to have a look at some of the other art. You've got a lot of art around here. It looks really cool. So what's this one here, the Ovaltine factory?
This is the old Ovaltine factory in Sprayton in Tasmania, and it's called Celebrating Nil Working Days Lost in 10 Years on Payday. And the figures in there are actually starting off from an involuntary paintbrush movement and actually develop a life of their own in the painting.
They look like the figure skating or something, or kick chorusing.
Well, they're quite happy that it's payday, and usually that's the best day of the week.
Oh, that's great.
So that building is still standing, the old Ovaltine factory, and it's actually now the headquarters of Simplot Australia.
Oh, okay.
In Sprayton.
That's what happened to the old Ovaltine factory.
Yeah.
So what's this one here, eh?
Well, this one here is actually from the idea I got when I looked at the Brett Whiteley painting.
I thought it looked familiar.
The creepy looking guy in there is based on an infamous London serial killer actually,
Right.
by the name of Christopher someone. And in this scene here he's actually depicted as the Lonely Planet Man.
Okay.
And you've heard of the Lonely Planet Man?
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like Devonport for some reason.
Oh, doesn't he?
No. So in that respect, I've put him in that picture. And of course the famous Spirit of the Sea is actually having a garden too in the painting. And I call this painting Devonport Proud. So there's a few different connotations in there.
Yeah, that's great.
This painting, Bill, is called Sydney's Art Sucks, and it's not what you think it might be. Nothing against Sydney or New South Wales, but in this painting, of course, Sidney Nolan, who painted Ned Kelly quite a bit, has overpainted Ned Kelly, and Ned's getting revenge on him. So in this painting here, Sydney's painted a series of vacuum cleaners, which explains the sucks part, and he's actually on trial for overpainting Ned Kelly. So instead of Ned Kelly on trial, Sidney Nolan is on trial in this painting, and with his painted vacuum cleaners, it became Sydney's Art Sucks.
Okay.
You see it on the vacuum cleaners.
That's great.
Just a bit of fun with art.
Vic, I notice you put lots of wording around your paintings. Why do you do that?
Well, the wording actually tells the story of the painting. The wording is part of the painting. And in folk art, I think you need... Folk art, I believe, tells stories of a certain time or certain history of an area. And I think you need to be able to give more information about the painting.
Right.
And it portrays the actual painting, because this one here is Tiger looking for a partner in Tasmania.
It's it's almost like advertising and beer labels and things like that.
Yeah, like beer labels where you see the lettering around the edges of the label. Well, this one is probably a similar design for that, but it clearly shows you the story of the painting.
Great. Fantastic.
And this tiger, thylacine tiger, not the other tiger.
Yes.
I have to get that clear.
So, Vic, it's great seeing your work. I'm going to go and do my own work now. I'll see you later, mate.
See you later.
Good day.
Look after those snakes.
Cool work.
There you go. Thanks. I hope he doesn't bring those snakes in here.
What are you saying?
I hope he doesn't bring those snakes in here.